The state medical examiner's office rules the death of a man in a confrontation with Brantford police involving a stun gun was a homicide. Good evening, I'm Keith Coombs.
And I'm Ann Craig in for Ann Nyberg tonight. Officials say that David Werblow died from electric shock. Of course, that happened after police tasered him last March. While his death has now been ruled a homicide, it doesn't mean that officer intentionally set out to hurt or even kill Werblow. So what do police officers take into consideration before they use that stun gun? News 8's Jason Newton spoke with state police today about that very issue. Jason.
And back in 2009, the protocol for for use of force regarding a taser, when it can be used, was changed here in Connecticut, demanding a higher threshold for when exactly a taser can be deployed. Connecticut State Police were issued tasers, or conducted electronic weapons, in 2006. Since then, the protocol on when to use them has gotten more strict.
Our department, command staff, and other parts of the department determined that we were going to change where the taser fell on the use of force matrix, so they raised it so it's a higher level of force.
So now all police departments in the state follow minimum standards for when to use a taser. Trooper Matthew Allen is a use of force trainer at the State Police Academy and says police can only use them when someone is actively resisting commands.
They have to be able to articulate, based on the totality of the circumstances, that the person that they're dealing with is actively resisting. Actively resisting simply is, I'm trying to control somebody with force and they are applying force back at me.
Back in March, a mentally ill man died after an altercation with Brantford police. The report says David Werblow was trying to enter cars as they passed on the street. Then he entered a parked vehicle and police hit him with the taser. This week, the medical examiner's office ruled that Werblow died as a result of a homicide from the physical altercation and electric shock while suffering from a psychotic episode due to schizophrenia. Trooper Allen explains that the use of force matrix gives a lot of weight to the perception of the officer involved.
It all depends on the situation. It depends on the totality of the circumstances that's being presented to the officer at that moment in time and their perception of what's occurring.
And now earlier today, Brantford police told me that the two officers who were most immediately involved in that incident remain on administrative leave as the investigation continues. We're live tonight in Brantford. Jason Newton, News 8.